Hey guys, Cypher here and welcome to YASHAHIME! Episode 23, I believe, the second from last one of this season. Now, I didn't really realise, but what I said in the last video is that I kept talking about season 2. And from what I understand, and admittedly I haven't actually really looked into it, so there's that, but apparently there's a lot of people theorising about what could happen in a season 2, but there is no official talk of a season 2. Basically, it's not been officially announced, as far as I'm aware. But like I said, I haven't really looked into that, so I don't know if that has changed. But I apologise for that in terms of getting anyone's hopes up. But obviously you're probably smarter than me and actually did your research anyway, so there you go. Also, I hyped myself up and I'm not even sure. So, I think it will heavily depend on the kind of pacing they take the next 2 episodes, like this one included, because obviously we have Rin possibly waking up, and if that's a thing, then I don't know, I feel it would be really hard, I think, to wrap up everything in the next episode unless they cover a lot in this one, obviously. So, like, possibility of Zero dying, maybe, which could set off a chain of events. So yeah, this episode, I didn't actually realise the time, it's called The Three Princesses Strike Back. So, yeah. Oh, lighting is terrible. Lighting is terrible as per usual, I apologise. Anyway, yes, so, but, I literally got thrown a spoiler yesterday while I was on YouTube, which confirms what I said about Sesshomaru actually being more involved and trying to help them get on. I mean, obviously Setsuna more so, because she needs to control her demon blood, but it seems like they actually meet and have a conversation, so that's something that I am not prepared for in any shape or form. Because you think about their last encounter was so brief, and even when he was there, like, they weren't really, either of them, like, Sesshomaru wasn't trying to really interact with them, and vice versa, and then, you know, even after he left, they were just a bit like, oh, okay, that happened, whatever. So maybe they might delve into a bit more on that, but as they have proven, even through the previews, which appear to show quite a lot, they throw in quite a lot that I did not expect. That's how it's been for me so far. But the thing is, we still, like, with it, even if this is like the episode before last, we have not seen hide or hair of Inuyasha and Kagome and what the hell's happening there. I mean, we know where they are, obviously, but no indication of that. Moroha knows nothing about it. So it's like, are they going to touch on that before this season ends? Yes, so a lot is going to happen, but obviously we can discuss more about it once I actually know what they're going to show us. But, what does it say, actually? So the episode summary, Setsuna and Toa hire Moroha to help slay Zero. Okay, that makes sense. The trio successfully tracks Zero down, but Riku is there to protect her. They stand on the battlefield where the great dog demon took his last breath. Yeah, you saw that at the end of the last one where, no, she was there. Yeah, so in the last, Zero was there at a very burnt down building, which is obviously where he died. Yeah, there are still so many questions going on, and it's still very unclear sort of which pathway they're going to take. Like, this comet that they featured, that is obviously a bigger part of it than they initially showed before. And even, like, Kirimaru and the Great Dog Demon, like, their kind of relationship or past, I think there is more to that. And yeah, so, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to see Sesshomaru interact with his daughters, and I know how it's gonna go. But on that note, though, it would be interesting, because say that sneak peek of Rin waking up isn't actually her waking up. Like, say, like I kind of said before, if Zero is injured, then her hold maybe on the butterfly and all that has weakened, therefore Rin begins to stir. And I wouldn't actually be surprised if Sesshomaru is actually quite annoyed by that, and sort of in turn annoyed at his daughters and that for doing it, because I imagine if by what Zero said, even though Rin's waking up, it could be a possibility that she may be in danger. Like, also dying. Which also means Setsuna is in danger, because she's also linked to Zero, so yeah, hopefully they'll cover that. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing, because obviously, you know, that would make sense. But him and Jock are definitely by the tree from just like the preview. And obviously they're gonna come into it. And I would actually be more interested to see Toa's interaction with him. Like, because like I say, just like how her personality is, I can just imagine it's just, I don't know, it's gonna be odd. And even more of her, like, that's her uncle, which is, that is actually weird to say. Because I know they're related, but still just odd. I don't know. Yeah, and maybe I'll even see Totosai again. I would love to see him, because Setsuna is supposed to get another blade. Anyway, I'm going a bit too much into it. Let's just, again, just jump into it and hope for the best. But, yeah, I suppose, okay, so, like, what do I sort of expect to see, I guess? So, like, possibly if Zero dies, what does that mean? If Setsuna will get her blade, maybe Moroha might find out a bit about her parents, that would be good. Or even before, like, this season ends. I keep saying that, but, like, you know. Yeah, Sesshomaru's interaction with his daughters again. Riku with Zero, that'll be interesting. Because you've only seen them briefly interact beforehand, but they seem a bit more closer now, whereas before it was like very like seemed more distant to me. Like she didn't even really care about him at all. But apparently he's doing all this for her, so yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm just gonna take my reaction again. Hopefully I'll be able to get the episode up, but last time unfortunately I couldn't get anywhere to play it, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But see you in a minute, guys. I'm really not ready for this. I'm not. Okay, here we go. Between us half-demon twins, two different worlds exist at the same time. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna save that for the last episode, because it's gonna be like also, I'm sure that the song that Setsuna plays on the violin is the Song of Parting from the fourth film? It sounds very much like it. Oh, here we go. Through the hurdles of destiny, yay! Oh, we're back in the present. Oh yeah, this is where it ended, so they're carrying straight on. Don't recall your name. Who is this guy? Osamu Kirin. Now, Kirin, why, oh, God, he's giving, like, the excuses that Kagome used to give when she was in the, present world. And the feudal era. It's like, oh, she's got her old journal. Who is this dude? I have a theory, actually two theories, but it's completely off. He's talking about the comet. It's been 500 years. Don't know the particulars, my butt. Approach Earth every 4 seconds. What does this mean? Normal people. So what does that make you? Who is this dude? Who are you, man? Or any other? Are you the same person? Kirin! No, Kirin! Yeah, what? Okay, that throws my second theory out the window. Okay, so is that Kirimaru? Like, but apparently human and in the future. Like, what the frick? Like, I heard this theory from someone before. I mean, okay, if I'm gonna just put it out there because I don't think it's right. I thought it might possibly be in some weird way reincarnation of maybe the great dog demon, but he obviously looks absolutely nothing like him. But he also doesn't look like Kirimaru either. Like, I mean, I know he's got the big glasses and the hair, but... So what, how, what, why? I'm confusion, ultimately. But if that is, I mean, Kirimaru, you can't help but draw comparisons, but if that is Kirimaru, what the hell happened? Like, what? Oh, Rid, if you wake up, that's gonna be something. He's dead. He doesn't belong here anymore. Come on, girls, you can get him. I believe in you. Bless them. God, oh, I'm not ready for when they meet Rin. I'm not. Like, because it's gonna happen. I mean, the girl has survived death twice. Like, so she can't, like, die again. Oh, here we go. Burn, burn, burn. The openings and endings to these are top-notch, like Inuyasha. Good vibes. Should turn that down, actually, just in case. Yeah, so, what the frick is that? Or, it can't be a descendant. I mean... Strike back. Okay, so that is something that hopefully they'll somehow clear up at some point. Here we go. Hold on, I'm just going to quickly see. Humorous. Oh, she's the older sister. Okay. Oh no, that's definitely bad. Sorry. It's just... That's not who you are, though. The other half-demon girl. So, Moroha, because she said something about her not being able to control her blood either. The other daughter can manifest... Wait! Toa? Oh, if we see her go demon, that'll be awesome. Kindest person. She is. She's like... How? What? That's not true. And if it comes to defending her sister, then that is probably where it does come in. What powers does she have then? Turn up just a little bit. Make some tea. Oh, all their blades together. Moroha! Oh, my darling. This is a blood blade. Oh, that's the actual marking. Oh, like... I mean, that's a given. Yeah, because the bug cycle was a part of him, so... Yeah, she can use Poison Claw, we've seen that. And then the poison, they're different... tolerance to poisons and stuff. Moroha was just like, oh, come in. So she's gonna get, so the blade is gonna come from her own blood, hence blood blade. Nice people who'd like to hire you. Would it be those two by any chance? Ah! Yeah, because they still have that, don't they? Oh, she actually used her nose. Go, Toa. Yeah. I actually have to say you shouldn't do that. You call it a debt. That's like you owe her like a favour. Oh, don't do that. This is... Oh! 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 Past or present? I did kind of like her, actually, even though she's... Oh, she's a demon. Oh, I don't know why she has a name. You're not a lady anymore? Oh, you know about them. Well, I mean... I wonder what she had to say about that. Oh yeah, I figured that much. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I figured. You make it sound like you didn't ask to be the... Huh? That was not there last time. Windmill of Time? What? Yeah, he's a good dad. He is. I believe that. I know, but he does have it in him. He loves a human, so come on. You cannot tell me he would take a human wife and all that if he didn't... And then have children and not care. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. He may be many things, but I don't believe it. Oh, just run straight into her. Well, she's from 2 different times. Well, she doesn't know, she... Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean? Actually, just spell it out. That was a smirk and a half. Oh, we're going to see Toa's potential. Oh. What's that? Oh, Moroha. I was like, where's the arrow come from? I was completely thrown off. Oh. I still don't understand why they got that title, but I'm not gonna question it so much. Backlash wave, yes! Because she got that, and we haven't seen it since. Yes, my girl! What is that? Eh? That kind of looked... What? Okay, sorry. Disrespectful! That is disrespectful, I'm sorry. Oh, she knows it's her grandpa, I mean... Saving your dad. But defending against her, that's kind of weird, but I suppose... Tenseiga's technique, yes. But... Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I get that. So, what am I supposed to do? Ah, forget it, I'll make it up as I go along. Go with the flow, yes, that's my girl. Yeah, you're putting the pieces together now, Toa? Yeah. Toa! Confirm or deny that? What does that mean? Riddles. I don't like riddles. Yeah, I would agree, actually, for many reasons. As Inuyasha all over though. If you told him the same thing, he'd be like, whatever. Eh? Oh yeah, and Setsuna's Pearl is supposed to be taken at this point. Oh, she didn't know. She didn't know he was doing that. Oh, I don't think she's going to appreciate it. I mean, because she gave it away, so I don't think she's going to be too willing to get it back. She's not going to be happy. Oh, here we go. Yep. Mm-hmm. She's not going to appreciate it, dude. Told ya. I told you! I told you! You really think she'd appreciate it? Setsuna. There we go. Oh, she's got them all back now. Shh! But they started acting up as soon as the golden pearl flew out. Oh! So she can't control it now. I haven't done anything. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. She can't. Is she? Oh. Oh, what's happening? This is not good. Ah! What is this wheel of time have to do with anything? Him chase something? Are you mad? Okay, he just went inside the tree. What is going on? The wheel of time. So what's he trying to do then? What does that mean? Rin! No, I can't. She can't die. Rin! No! This is not good! This is not good! Oh, who struck it? Yeah, that was your daughter. That's not good. Not good. She's in the underworld. He's gonna bring her back! Because she has to live. And she has the Mado. Yeah, I imagine she would find that funny. Mm-hmm. He's got to save her. Cause surely. Oh no! Yeah, cause if she's dead. Connected. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's gonna be pissed. She does as well. But what about Setsuna? Oh no, come on, this girl is not... How many times has she avoided death? Jesus. He's not gonna let her die. He's gonna have words with them. And he couldn't protect himself? That's interesting. I kind of like that we saw a bit more of her this time. Well, because he didn't choose you. Jealousy, yep. Says she is gonna come in and he's gonna be pissed! Yep, and there we go. Oh my god, I can't even look at this! He's gonna be so mad! So mad! Oh. What's wrong, Blade? Oh god. I should be happy about this, but I'm not. In any way, shape or form. He's gonna save her with Tenseiga. Tenseiga. Fuck! Tenseiga! Because if he... Are you going to explain to them? Because maybe then they won't do this. This is what happens when you just... Yeah, because she didn't love. I don't think... She cared about him. Yeah, you're alive now. Bye-bye. That's the only time you can do that. Okay, Rin's still sleeping. Yeah, well, you can't... Because he holds the sword of... You hear rumours about everything! Can you just, please just talk to them and explain why they shouldn't do that? You can't die. You think he's gonna let his wife die? After everything? Well, you should have thought of that before you meddled in everyone's affairs. Oh god, everything's about him. Yeah. Ooh, what's happening? They're not going to end it here. You can't do this to me. Towa's going to sympathise with her. And you think you can fight him? That's a good one. God, she is bitter beyond belief. I don't know. Riku's there like, you threw him away. What's this about? What is going on? Oh, you didn't move, of course. What the hell is going on? It's gonna end there. It's gonna end there, isn't it? Fuck you! Okay, alright. Again, got to try and fit in stuff before the freaking preview for the next one. But of course they leave it on a cliffhanger like that. Oh, so much happened. She just broke Tenseiga. I mean, it hasn't never been broken before. I don't think, but I don't know if Tokusai can fix that. Then again, Tenseiga nearly broke and he managed to fix it, so I'm sure that's not an issue. But it just in half. It's just gone. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's clear if Zero dies, then Rin will die. Which is funny, considering she's also attached to Setsuna, so by that definition, shouldn't that have an effect on her? You would have thought maybe Setsuna would have started to remember something, because if the dream butterfly has, like, started to dissolve or something. But then, the butterfly going into the tree, does that mean her memories are now within Rin? It's still very, very confusing in that respect. But yeah, so... well, I don't imagine they'll call him father. Like, that's probably something that's a bit too much to hope for, but, you know, talked about him being there. Alright, just kill me with the next preview, please, because it's gonna kill me. Next episode preview. Oh, it's because it's the last one, they're going all in. Oh. Oh my god, no! The last episode, yeah. I think I'm gonna cry. I think I'm gonna cry. Oh. There are no words for that. No words. I'm gonna switch back and talk about this quite a lot. Yet again, I'm struck down by the preview for the next and final episode. But we'll have to talk about this one first. Okay. So the strike back. So. I don't even know where to start, I really don't. So, I really don't. I don't know where to start. I don't, like, this wheel of time that they've suddenly just thrown in here, like, what is that gonna be about? Like, does Sesshomaru have plans to go back in time and stop something from happening? Rin almost, well, she did technically wake up, but she's okay. And it's incredibly clear now that Zero is more like, because like I've been saying, Kirimaru may be the great dog, the great beast demon of the East and everything, and there's this whole prophecy surrounding him, but Zero is like, has become like the main, like, antagonist, essentially. Like, whether they'll swing that around, because he has been pretty much in the background this whole time, really. I mean, he had that fight with Moroha, Setsuna, and Toa, but, and because he thought they were the ones to be about this prophecy, but he's really been in the background. It's mainly about Zero's feelings and her jealousy, essentially. She obviously loved the great dog demon, and her humiliation was that he didn't choose her, he chose a human. Because obviously at the time he was with Sesshomaru's mother, and she could probably deal with that because she was a demon. And it might have even been, like, if you want to get really into it, it might have been like an arranged kind of marriage thing, like demon heritage, so that he could produce an heir, obviously Sesshomaru, if you want to go into that. But for him then to fall in love and go off with a human, well, actually she might have seen that, like, with Sesshomaru's mother as like duty, which is obviously not, but then for love he went off with a human and she couldn't deal with that, and then for him to be killed while trying to save her and Inuyasha, that then stems her hate for humans and half-demons. And I understand it, I do, but and I know I can completely comprehend the saying, like, hell have no fury like a woman scorn, And in this case, I really believe that is, no words are truer, really. Because like her bitterness so much, you know, and her humiliation for crying over him, and then obviously giving up her demon powers and becoming, you know, going against his wishes, probably to spite him even, to like, you know, he was saying about how he, you know, liked her the way she was, or for her to stay the way she was, and she completely went against that. But she's got it in her head, it's like, oh, but this is who I am, and it's like, well, no, you gave up your... It's like, I don't think... She may have given up her demon powers, but I think she gave up her part of herself as well, and became this different person, which sort of then... which then was kind of the catalyst for Riku becoming a bit more than just sort of a doll. He then became, like, you know, certain to try and help her and bring the pearls back, which, as we now discovered, she had no idea about. It never even occurred to me that she might not know, but it makes sense when you think about it, because obviously if she discarded them, then surely she didn't want to give them back. And then, like you say, for him to give them back to her where the great Taishu died, is something else, honestly. But then when that scene with his ashes came up, that was really cool. So, yeah, and... So, yeah, it's just mostly about her. But now, Kirimaru has come into the picture. Well, now, she hasn't died, obviously. I thought Sesshomaru was bound to save her, because obviously he's going to protect Rin. There's no two ways about it. He's going to save her. But if he could just talk to his daughters and just explain that or, you know, that's why, then... Because, obviously, that collides, because Towa wants to get rid of the Dream Butterfly to give Setsuna's memories and for able her to sleep, but on the other side, it will mean killing her mother. So, there's that. So, you need to talk about that. Yeah, so... She doesn't actually have her... Zero doesn't actually have her powers back. The pearls were still, like, around her, but not, like, part of her. But she's got all of them now. And yeah, Sesshomaru's there, Tenseiga's broken. Setsuna's... Well, the blood blade, it's kind of akin to his poison whip, because it's still a part of her body, it's not actual blade. And, you know, saying to her, like, oh, why didn't you use your blade? Or your own blade or something? And she's like, well, it is mine, this is a part of me, so that makes sense. Yeah, so... Fleeting, you know, interaction, but what I expected, and, you know, I'm happy with how it went, you know, I see between him and Setsuna. Towa can kind of sympathise with how Zero feels, because I think she does want to die, actually. Like, she did say that, she's like, you know, I feel relief now. And because all she wanted was revenge, in any shape and form. She wanted to destroy Sesshomaru, destroy his wife, and his children, and everything, and just destroy everything to do with the Great Dog Demon. Though she, I suppose, I can understand why she has kind of no qualms with Sesshomaru's mother. I think she probably respected the Great Dog Demon, but not necessarily. She obviously didn't love him. But when Zero said about when Izayoi passed through the underworld, I know, I feel like Sesshomaru's mother would have found it maybe amusing. You know, probably not even... I wouldn't say she'd even be bothered by it, if I'm any judge of her character at all. She's even more aloof. Is it aloof? Than Sesshomaru is, but you can tell where he gets it from. I believe what Kirimaru said in terms of he's protecting his daughters, you know, if he's... that is what he's gonna do, you know? Yeah, but now Kirimaru's come into the scene. I don't really know what he's gonna do, because he knows his sister has been meddling, as he said to Sesshomaru's mother. I'm gonna just call her Inukimi, because that's kind of a name I've associated her with. It's not, I don't think it's her official name, but we're just gonna go with that, okay? You know, about her causing her trouble, which I don't really understand how that would affect her. But then you've got this time wheel. I'm still like, again, and is this what Sesshomaru has really been like searching for? In which case, I don't know what that would mean. Like, what he would plan to do with that, I really, really don't know, but hopefully, again, that will be explained. But, you know, it's kind of that thing, they just throw this stuff in, and it's like all this stuff going on, like this teacher we still don't know about, but his name is similar to Kirimaru, so it's like, well, do I make the comparison or do I not? I don't know. Yeah, but none of that compares to what the next episode shows. And in the very kind of final episode way, it did it differently. It just showed this silent scene. Obviously some huge battle or something has taken place. Everyone is down. Frankly, it looks like Setsuna is dead. And Toa's there crying. But that might also prelude to what Zero was talking about with Toa, like, because apparently she has hidden demon powers, which I'm not surprised about. That she wants her to show and bring forth. And the only way I could see that happening is if Setsuna was hurt. You know, the amount of grief and that, and it was killing me right then, because it's hard to comprehend, but you just think of all the pain, Toa particularly, I mean, Setsuna not so much because she can't remember, but the fact that, you know, she knew she had a sister, and, you know, they were so happy together, but then she got ripped away with no explanation. Because does that have something to do with it? Because that portal just appeared out of nowhere, but there must have been some cause for that. So does that link into the time wheel that they're talking about? And therefore Toa and Setsuna wouldn't have to separate? I mean, I don't know. I really, really don't know. Because, I mean, even with... Because I think the pearl activated it, but it really doesn't explain how that happened. Unless it's just kind of the will of the sacred tree, you know, with the time portal, with like the well and everything. It just happened. There was no real reason for it. So there's that. But no, so Toa, you know, and then she meets her sister, you know, she finally reunites with her sister after 14 years. Is it 14? 14 years. And realizes she doesn't remember who she is. She's been surviving by herself in this harsh world. Toa feels out of place because she's grown up. She knows she knew she didn't belong in the present time, but then coming back to the feudal era, she's, you know, not sure where she fits in and can't really adapt to how things are, and, you know, the way she views things is not how it works in that world. And then after all that, and then to have her sister possibly ripped away from her, and like everyone, I can understand how that would be more than too much, and that something will come about from that. But if they decide to end that there, I'm going to be incredibly pissed. And I know they're going to leave it on a cliffhanger, because that's what they do. There's going to be something unanswered, and you're going to want to desperately know, but they're not going to say anything. Unless this is the final one, and they're going to cover everything. Because it wouldn't even surprise me if they, you know, sort everything out, whatever that everything is. I really don't even know what they're striving for at this point, you know? It's a bit like, you know, Toa's mission was to get the dream butterfly and everything, but you can't do that because they're linked to their mother, but they don't know that. So Shomaru is doing something in the background. Kirimaru is kind of just doing whatever in the background, worried about this prophecy and all that. Moroha knows all these things, but doesn't really know anything about her parents. She's not questioned anything about them. But I wouldn't be surprised after all that, like, it all kind of finishes and is all nice, and then Kagome and Inashi kind of just get dropped back in, being like, what the hell just happened? Like, what's been going on? It's like, well, you missed quite a lot. You even missed the big battle, so don't worry. But it also wouldn't surprise me if they waited till, hopefully, a second season to figure all that out. But this show has been, you know, kind of a mix between fast pace and not. Like, the episodes are kind of wrapped up nicely. Like, they start off with something and they do usually end it. But in terms of obviously something big's going on, as we've seen with the last few, they've tended to like end it and then continue on from the next one. So I think I'll be disappointed if for the last one they really rush it and try and wrap everything up. But I also can't really predict how it's gonna go. I mean, as who's fighting who? I mean, are like Zero, Riku, Krimaru are they all like against Sesshomaru, Setsuna, Toa, and Muraha? Like, is that how it's gonna happen? Although I don't know if Sesshomaru will actually participate. I feel like he'll do the classic, like, I'm just gonna just go back to what I was doing, I'm not getting involved. But he now has got involved, because obviously, like, he saved Zero. And obviously she didn't thank him for it, which, not surprising. Yeah, but obviously she dies again, that's it. So, they've got to find a way to break this link between her and Rin. And I doubt she's gonna do that willingly in any shape or form, so... And if the pearls are actually gonna come back to her, and I'm gonna be interested what Kirimaru has to say. Because, like, he knows his sister's been meddling, so I don't know if he's gonna just be like, look, what are you doing? And she's gonna go off on one who's like, you know, and he like, hates humans and demons too, half demons too, but he doesn't seem to be that bothered. He really only cares, like I say, about this prophecy, and he's not even really sure that these kids can match up to it, so he's just like, oh, let them get on with it, let them come into their power, and then we'll see. Zero is obviously just so bitter that she's like, I just want to get rid of you, and now she's determined to do it herself, because they've kind of gone about it in a sort of roundabout way, with everything. But, yeah, no. Excuse me. But it appears that Toa is definitely gonna show us something in the next episode. And I wouldn't even be surprised if that's where they start off from. Like, or, you know, that's going to be like the pinnacle climax bit in the middle where Setsuna's in it, injured or supposedly dead. But, oh, that could be, because Tenseiga's broken. So it can't now bring anyone back to life. So if she's dead, Sesshomaru can't do anything. So... Oh. God, there's, I actually generally don't know what the next one's gonna be about. Like, there's obviously gonna be some kind of battle, but who that's between and what happens. But we know that it's gonna be sad. We can definitely conclude that. In which I am not prepared for in any shape or form. I wasn't even prepared for that. Just him being with them in that... Do you mind? I'm trying to do something here. I couldn't take it. And then him standing there and, you know, just walking through the tree and seeing Rin there. And it still begs the question whether he put Rin there or Zero did. Because, you know, Kaede said she just disappeared one night and that was it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Zero lured her out and then put her in the tree and therefore, you know, by that point she was... connected with. But I have a feeling if Rin wakes up, that's when Setsuna's memories will come back, because we've seen countless times the butterfly going into the tree and like sort of, you know, flapping its dust or whatever onto Rin. So that I can only make the conclusion that Setsuna's memories and that are now within Rin, but obviously because she's dormant, that's where they'll stay until she wakes up. That is literally the only conclusion I get. But it begs the question if, you know, because, I mean, I'm guessing Zero's the one who has to relinquish the hold. Otherwise, obviously, if she just dies, then Rin will. But if she then just takes it away, Rin will just wake up and it'll be fine. But, you know, Jaken saying, oh, that was a close one. Rin is like, yeah, your daughter nearly almost killed you. Which is weird to say like that. But if he just explained that to them instead of just beating around the bush and... Oh, but as with Sesshomaru, he's not a straightforward person. Like, you never know what is going on. But I think he's definitely trying to maintain his appearance of not caring, but he is at the same time doing everything within his power. And him and Kirima, that's the thing. Him and Kirima could be the ones clashing in the next episode. And then Toa could go against Riku, Moroha, and that could go against Zero. So that could be where that comes from. But it looked like everyone was just, like, I could just about see Moroha, because, you know, it was just barren, and obviously with the rain coming down, and everyone was just sort of lying out. As you'd expect, but... And that is going to be the only preview we're going to get, I am sure, because it was just so somber and so, like, this is the last episode, so... just going to do that, but... yeah, just, there's so many questions. Like I say, I don't even know really what the goal is at this point, you know? I mean, I suppose essentially it'll be for everyone to be like happy families and come back together and everything will be nice, but there's going to be some things involved in that. And again, I don't know if the time wheel thing is something to do with the comet, like, that the Shoma was trying to do, but I don't know, like, and then, you know, he's looking for, I can't remember what it was, like, it was the axle or something, and it was like right there in front of him and he just ignored it. So again, I don't know what the guy's thinking, like, I never do. But if there's one thing I can say for absolute certain, he is honestly trying to protect his family. And I would even go as far to say, although, you know, drop dead before you ever mention it, even that includes Inuyasha and that, so... because he's the one who must have that pearl, because that's not really linked to the rainbow pearls, so... I don't know, I just can't comprehend that we've got only one episode to go, and that there's probably just going to be still so many unanswered questions. Because you think back to, like, Inuyasha, right? It was literally, like, the Shikon Jewel, its powers and everything, it then got shattered, then it was their goal to go around, collect the shards, then this other demon came into play who turned out to be someone who was manipulating things from the start, and then it became a fight against him and everything to do with him. So that kind of made sense. Whereas with this, there's kind of little bits and pieces going on that don't necessarily all fit together. So you've got Zero and her stuff, Kirimaru, and then this comet, really, is the way I kind of picture it, because Kirimaru and Zero don't seem to be on the kind of same page, and whether he's going to not necessarily fight against his sister, but like kind of say like that's enough in the next one, because he's tried to like be like, don't get carried away and all this and that, but she's obviously just so torn up about everything that she just doesn't want to. So yeah, it's just so much going on. But again, what I can say for certain, the next one's going to be a sad one. There's just so much. There is honestly so much, and it's good, but it has been very, like, they have, like I say, they've been answering certain things, but then they've just thrown all this stuff in. And again, like, if there's no guarantee for another season, you wonder if they're just going to cram it all in and kind of just, you're a bit like, oh, that was a bit rushed, what's the point? And I'd just be sad if they do that, I think, because, it's I like the concept, it's been good so far, so yeah, can't really complain about that. But oh god, I am not ready for the next one. I really am not. But this was pretty good. It just begs the question, what's going to happen to everyone? Because like I say, I mean, I can imagine Sesshomaru kind of just stepping aside and not being... I can imagine him being quite cold, so maybe even Toa might beg him to save Setsuna. Possibly, but obviously Tenseiga is broken, so he's a bit like, well, that's just how it is. I don't know what's going to happen, I really, really don't. But, no, this is a good one. It was. And all I can say is to be prepared in some way, even after a week I won't be prepared for the next episode. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I've gone on for long enough. Honestly, it's just like, again, just so many things going on. You're just trying to get your head around it and talk all about it. It's just, it really does build up. But again, you know the drill by now. If you want to talk about anything to do with this episode or even the next one, God forbid, do leave a comment down below. I would be happy to hear your theories and suggestions and whatnot. Yeah, but I'm going to put it out there that that teacher from the future is Kirimaru in some form, or possibly even Riku. But he is actually more human. So I'm going to go with Kirimaru, because just kind of like how his name is Asumo Rin, Kirin, which, you know, comparison. And how he fits into all of that, and how he's still alive after all that, and possibly human. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Or actually, no, he can't be human, because if he lived all those years, he must still be a demon, but he must be, like, fitting in with the times, which will be interesting. Anyway, so, yeah, that's my kind of only theory on anything. I kind of hope the happy family thing does happen, but whether it will happen now or later, it begs to be seen. But, yeah, be sure, leave comments down below. And, obviously, if you want to see for the final episode and any other videos I do, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell when that happens. I will definitely try and get that one out as quick as possible. But, yeah. Until next time, guys.
How low can you go?